Okay, so we are here this morning with Quintin Huckaby, who is running for school board. And our purpose today is just to have a short little introduction conversation, 15 minutes or so. And I am going to, you wanted to start something off, Quintin, before I ask you a question?
Yes, it's Sing Chao, Assalamu Hola, and hello.
Okay, there you go. So let me start with asking you, how long have you been in the Mansfield area?
I've been in the Mansfield area for about 7 years now. So I currently live in Arlington, but I'm in Mansfield ISD. But
Okay.
I was born and raised in Fort Worth, Texas. So I've been there pretty much all my life. So the area I know like the back of my hand, been here, love it, wouldn't go anywhere else.
Okay. And so tell me what you do for a living.
What I do for a living is I educate people on different things as far as if I have information about life, I try to go around and help people out with information's out there. But what I normally do for a living as work experience, I'm a realtor. I help give people the broad information about how to get into a house, how to put a house in a person's name, how to just how to live. So that's pretty much what I do for a living. Other than that, I help my wife with her bounce house business, and my son is a full-time job by himself.
So you just have the one child then, or?
I have I have two children. I have my first child is in heaven, and my second child is a rainbow child. So he is with us, but yes, I have one child currently living with us.
Okay. And so tell me why you want to run for school board.
Why I want to run for school board is because I have a 2-year-old at home, and when he's going to be growing up, I see the district, and it's a great system that they have in place currently. So I want to be in that place and start trying to work out the system to figure out what we can do to make it better, to improve on it. So that way, when he goes to school, it's something that, hey, I helped put this process in place. I helped with this policy. So that way, when he goes to school, he's much more educated. And I also want to be involved in the school board because I feel like as a parent with a young kid growing up, I feel that the schools could be learning more about entrepreneurship. I want to go more in entrepreneurship for teaching kids how to live outside of outside of the school area, and how to be and have parents to be more transparent. Far as the schools having the stuff online for parents to go and say, hey, you know what? I work an 8 to 5 job. How can I see what my kid is, what they're teaching my kid in school? So I want the transparency to be out there more for parents to kind of say, hey, after hours, can I go online? Can I look what the school is teaching my children as far as curriculum is involved? But my main goal is entrepreneurship. I think problem solving is something that should be taught in the schools rather than, hey, everybody, let's just get you to the finish line to graduate. I think entrepreneurship should be taught so that way when they go to work in the future, they can say, hey, you know what? I can problem solve and I can learn, hey, what the policies are with the company I'm working at to get ahead. Sorry, that's
Okay.
a long-winded
No,
answer.
that's fine. So how would you say that you are different from maybe your opponent, since you've got someone running against you?
So I tell people I am a jack of all trades, master of none. So I've pretty much been on both sides of the platform as far as I know my opponent is a teacher, but I've actually worked in a private school here in the Arlington area at one point. So I've seen the ins and outs from the teacher's perspective as well, as far as, hey, what they lack or what they want from the school district or what their needs are. Um, Other than that, I got a big background about entrepreneurship and working. I focus on that because I think to create a great system, we can do better with financing and especially for the forgotten children. And I say that I'm one of those forgotten children because I was in resource when I was a child. And I feel that resource kids are definitely forgotten. But as I've grown, stuff that I wish they would have taught me in school as financing, as far as what to look for when you get out of school, I wish they would have taught that in school. That would have made me successful faster in life. I mean, I had my hurdles, my ups and downs, which I don't regret any of it. I love that I had those hurdles because it taught me a lot. So currently, like I said, is I'm an entrepreneur. That's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on, hey, let's get the forgotten children, the children that are already striving to do great, which you have a great system with Mansfield ISD. It's to kind of help grow the resource kids, to help them learn more, to help all the kids learn more, and diversity. That's one big thing also for my kid is we are multi-language in our household. And going into one of the schools I visited about a month ago here, there was a lot of diversity in the school. And I want to teach my kid about culture and the emotional learning ability. So if we can implement all that in the school system, I think that will be great. But I think the reason why I'm running for school board and why I think I'm a great person to be in that position is because I have a financial background in entrepreneurship of trying to build a system as a corporate level as far as focusing on how the kids can learn to grow outside and problem solve.
Okay. Is there anything specific that you want to say that maybe you didn't get a chance to touch on before we sign off? Or
Oh yeah. Born and raised here in the Fort Worth area. My wife and me, my son and my wife are the reason why I get up in the morning. And education for our household is the biggest thing ever. He's 2 years old. We've been reading to him since he was born. Now when he gets home, first thing he says is, let's go get a book. That brightens my eyes up. Hey, he wants to read. For me, I'm more of a movie person. I love movies and I love history. So if it has to do with history, I'm there. But most of all, I just kind of want to touch on having district to be more transparent, to have stuff out there for parents, to have a voice and be an advocate for all the parents out there, because like my parents, they worked that 8 to 5 and I rarely seen them. But when they asked about my school curriculum, it was not out there to kind of see. So if I can touch on that and get that implemented and just kind of serve the people around me, because normally I see that we have this thing in life where everything is move, move, move. If we can just slow it down and just kind of say, hey, everybody, here's where we need to go. And I believe information is out there, but it's trying to guide people to that information. I've run into a lot of people throughout my life that they are searching for certain things, but they don't know that the information is out there. So that's what I want to do. I want to connect everybody to certain information that they're looking for. But no, I don't want to keep rambling, but no, I have a lot
you're
to
good.
say. I just want to serve the community. Currently, I go around my neighborhood trying to help the people that I can help as much as I can, go to the dog park. But no, as much as I can help, I tell everybody, reach out to me. If you have any questions or anything, definitely DM me.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and giving everyone just this short little introduction as to who you are. Of course, we're going to get into more in-depth conversation when we get into the candidate forum. And then there's another opportunity for everybody to come and meet you when we do our chamber business luncheon. So thank you so much and look forward to seeing you a couple more times.
I look forward to these forums. It sounds like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.